So I'm an individual who took a jump into the publishing industry right at the onslaught of things moving more over into digital, or the digital revolution, if you will, coming about within the publishing industry worldwide. I think that we've weathered the storm of whether or not the printed book is going to have an existence in the future, and I think that that's a very strong rooted yes that it will. I don't think that the desire for printed material is going to go anywhere. Certainly not every piece of content that's published is viable as a print book, and vice versa. Not every print book is viable as a digital book. I think that at the core of what we're talking about with digital books versus printed books is the fact that we're going to have more people reading. Literacy is going to increase. Information and accessible content is going to become that much greater with the advent of digital books. And whether it's an ebook, an interactive book, or a printed book, I think that the consumer base is going to remain the same. You know, it might not be as widespread as it once was for printed books. Certainly, there's not as many printed book outlets to buy books over anymore. There's less bookstores out there now, but there's still a demand for that. I think that as a lot of things have changed in the industry, you're still going to have a group of people that are going to want to buy a book for a particular aesthetic reason, for a particular niche publication. I mean, we've seen folks buying comic books for decades, and that's not really changed too much. You know, there's an aspect about collecting a comic book that's come about. There's an appreciation for the form, the art form, the design, and the entire actual physical publication that encompasses that genre. And I think that'll apply to printed books as well. You know, it's not something that I think anybody can answer with 100% certainty, but it is something that I think we can be 100% certain that there's always going to be a need for that. And content's always going to need to be published and produced, and quality content. That's the key.